Hey everyone, it's Cyn. I hope you're all doing well and prepared for the new year 2022. Let's just say I've been starting my year of 2021 waking up every morning perfectly with a pep in my step and just taking care of myself like I should, doing my daily meditations, and keeping my chakras aligned. No, actually, it's not that perfect. The truth is, 2021 has been kicking my ass. I wake up many mornings where I have a hard time getting out of bed, and it takes a little while to even wake up and sit up, but I still do my best to stay consistent, keep my peace of mind and mental health in check and top priority, and do my daily meditations. I have to say, the meditation that has become my favorite is the type where I focus on surrendering and letting go. I still do my vision board, keeping focused on my goals with what I want to do with life and where I want to head in life. I have been starting off every morning with usually a leftover, or if not, I make it from scratch. It's usually eggs, sunny side up. In this case, I'm having leftover spaghetti. And of course, my classic go-to, milk tea, which consists of black tea, orange pekoe,
Remember that eclipse energy lasts up to 6 months in a friend or a lover.
some sugar, and milk. Do you have a favorite mug to drink from? Mine happens to be this Tim Hortons cup. I don't know, something about it. It's perfect size, easy to grip, and it has a nice little engraved logo. Something that I did my best to do in 2021 was to at least go out every now and then and get some sun. There are days where it's really hard and I just don't even want to go outside at all. And sometimes the world makes me feel rather a little bit slightly paranoid. But I've been spending some time during the warmer weather in my backyard, and that's been helping a lot with my mental health. I've also started honing back on my craft as a fashion designer. That has been something I personally felt was a block for me, especially when it comes to things I cherish the most and I hold most dear, closest to my heart. I seem to have a hard time believing I deserve it or I can earn it. This year has been a huge progress when it comes to healing my inner artist, as well as my financial traumas, my money wounds, as I had addressed in my previous chit chat get ready with me video. I've been sketching, practicing honing my craft, and doing my best to break out of the creative block of what society expects from me as an artist, as a fashion designer, breaking away from trends and getting back to the core of what I love and why I love fashion so much to begin with. What I also started doing was combining my love for spirituality with fashion, and that's a type of skill set I've never joined together before. Maybe this might sound counterintuitive to you guys, but I often found that I never combined skills together to see what would happen, mostly because probably there's some sort of self-sabotaging ways within me where I felt like I can't do that. It would be exploiting, I don't know, whatever it is I have, exploiting my art, exploiting my abilities, exploiting my gifts to get myself ahead or to create what it is I create. But the truth is, that's not true. It's called self-love and self-help, and making the most of what I have instead of seeing it as exploitation of my own crafts and abilities. I start realizing this is what alchemy means, to transmute and to combine skills, transferable skills, into different elements, experiences in my life, to see what I can concoct, what can be created out of it, right? Every creation, design, expression, regardless of anyone on this planet, when a person makes it, it's uniquely theirs in their own voice alone. So that's what I started doing this year 2021, stepping out of my comfort zone and my limited beliefs, seeing what I can do as an artist. I started doing photography as well, combining the skills of knowing and being able to take photos with the ability and skill that I know how to operate photo shoots, as well as work with talents and models, and of course as a fashion designer, how to create a concept for a photo shoot. But for whatever reason, I never combined the two skills together until this summer. It has been a life changer. If you're curious on seeing the images and photos I end up producing, you should go over and check out my Instagram. I will be linking that in my description box. There are days I find it a little challenging to stay committed to my craft, because during college years, when I met a whole bunch of like-minded people, such as myself, who were also fashion students, we would bounce ideas and inspirations off of each other, and just simply being around each other and seeing how we dressed, and even the fabric materials and illustrations we would sketch, it would inspire us to create our own designs. Or sometimes a fellow peer would see something from one friend and they would spot out an opportunity or even suggest a creative idea, and it would be like this really nice cultivation of a creative community. But once I graduated, that sort of connection died, since a lot of people returned back to the workforce and went back to their previous jobs. During the time that I graduated, which was probably more than a decade ago, the economy was really bad as it is right now. A lot of people had a hard time finding jobs in the fashion field. After a little while, we sort of lost touch, and they no longer are as involved in the industry. I think it's really important to address our mental health and work within the limitations and anxieties that we have. So there were many times whenever it was a sunny, nice, warm day, I would just go to my backyard and ground myself and just be in the open air, since I didn't really feel comfortable during that time going out. Summer of 2021, I reconnected back with a friend that I've met during a hair modeling network opportunity. We never had the chance to spend time together. I went through some form of depression during that time, and at the same time, pandemic happened shortly after. But when we met up again, I had the opportunity to create some swimwear for them. And that was what made me realize how much I actually really missed fashion. What I'm actually sewing right here has not been listed yet. It will be coming out in the first month of January. I hope to be working on more fashion design, basically from the year 2022 moving forward, and dedicating a lot of my free time to this, as this is what makes me happiest and I feel most in the zone with. As much as I've tried to let go of fashion in the past, I just couldn't. I thought for the longest time the reason why my designs didn't seem to be selling, or nobody seemed to be acknowledging me was because I wasn't a good designer, that my designs were mediocre at best, or I was lacking something. Well, this year I realized it wasn't the creative aspect that was something I needed to work on, but rather it was the business side. Marketing had a lot to do with it. So I essentially spent the late half of 2021 learning more about business, and especially when it comes to marketing business, not business as a whole, but marketing, and learning how to get myself out there. So for those of you who have a talent and creativity or some art endeavors that you want to pursue, never think it's because your work is not good enough. You have to realize that a large part of your work being appreciated happens when people can find you. If you're ever in doubt, I feel very confident chances are your marketing needs some work. Another aspect of 2021 for me was that I started prioritizing taking care of myself, not just on the mental health department, but in the hygiene department and beauty department. I had the most gracious and wonderful opportunity with Duvolle. I hope I said their name right. They actually reached out to me during the summertime and offered to send me a product for free in hopes that I would review it and test it out and make a video of it. This being one of my first few somewhat sponsored ooh, so fancy somewhat sponsored videos, I wanted to really stay transparent with you all and be as sincere as I can with reviewing products. I ended up using this product for the past 3 to 4 months, and I can confidently say that it is a very good product and it will bring you really good results. My skin cleared up. It has never been as soft as it has been for both my face and my body. The size and handle of the entire Spin-Care system is really nice and ergonomic and comfortable on my hands, not too big, and it has a non-slip grip. This huge brush you see is actually for your body. It is one of the more coarser brushes. I did test it on my body, and despite it feeling a little rough on my hands, it actually felt really soft on my skin, which was perfect because it was firm enough to exfoliate. I tend to have dry skin patches that does not seem to go away even if I lotion, so that was really nice to help clear out my skin during the winter months. This is the second brush for face. It's on the coarser side. There's 2 face brushes, one's a little coarser, one's the softer one. You can see how the type of plastic bristles it is a little bit more opaque. It's a little bit more bright colored white compared to this one, which is a really soft. This is the soft bristles. It's really fuzzy looking on top, and the bristles itself, the plastic seems to be more translucent and thin. Like it's almost like I think it's a different type of material used for the softer brush. Here they are side by side. As you can see, the right side is the coarser one, and it's a little taller too. Oh, here's a pumice stone. I have not used that yet. I know that's for probably your kneecaps, your elbows, your heels, especially if you wear a lot of high heels. This is how the inside looked like. It's waterproof actually. I brought it with me in the shower and it worked just fine. I believe it runs on 4 AA batteries. It's not the most quiet brush, but I can definitely tell you it's moderate. It's not bad. It sounds a lot louder on the camera than it is in real life, but just to give you a sense of how fast the speed is. There's only one speed control, by the way. I tested everything on my hand before I brought it into the shower, so I knew exactly what to expect. This softest face brush felt like I had kitty fur on my hands. It was so soft. this one I was afraid. I thought it would be very rough, but it actually felt like a massage stone, like a soft rounded pebble stone. This is me giving the Spin-Care system a try. I wet the brush and I put in 1 pump of face wash. I wet my face liberally. I was scared that water would splash out, but not much came out. And it tickled my forehead when I first applied it. So what you're seeing is my very first reaction to using this Spin-Care system. It's actually really nice. It was like a semi-massage for the face. Since my skin was so dry, I tend to have a T-zone. It's not so bad now. I sound like I'm in a car wash, but I promise you it's because my bathroom is a lot more echoey than in my bedroom. I avoided my eye area and I focused more on my chin and my cheeks and my nose bridge, as well as my forehead, because those are the places I found were bumpy and patchy and flaky during the winter months. And after that I stopped the Spin-Care, turned it off, and I ran it under warm water. And when I lifted the brush, there wasn't much residue, but that's also because I wasn't wearing makeup, so the brush washed out clean. Then I followed with rinsing and putting on some skincare serum and face cream. My skin has been a lot brighter and application of foundation has been smoother, so overall my makeup application has been a lot nicer ever since I started using Duvolle's Spin-Care system. So thank you so much to Duvolle and for the representative to reach out to me with this opportunity. If you're interested in purchasing this item, I actually have a discount code linked below. If you want to check it out, please feel free to. So I actually filmed a video on the side I was hoping to get out before the end of the year. I thought it would be nice to wrap up and add it into this video as well. I call it my self-love. I would call it self-love and sexy vibes hair magic oil mask. I don't know if it's been done. I don't know if there's anything like it. I tried looking online and I didn't see anything. If you're wondering what kind of witch I am, I would say I'm an eclectic one, everything in between. Here is a combination of kitchen witch and chaos magic, I suppose. The intention of this magic hair oil mask is to attract more love into your life in every sense of the word, especially personal empowerment and self-love and self-value, and to tap into your inner divine feminine and sensuality and embrace who you are without shame. All you need is olive virgin oil, brown sugar, thyme, and cinnamon. The reason why I chose all these things is because, first of all, olive oil is wonderful for your hair. The second part is, as for magic anyways, when it comes to making potions and concoctions for yourself, sugar, in this case I didn't put honey, I wanted to put sugar. It's sticky, metaphorically, symbolically, whatever sticks, you know, you want it to that intention to stick to you. And cinnamon is it's a spice, it's passion, it's heat, it's inspiration, it's sexiness. You know, it's a little spicy, but at the same time cinnamon also kind of speeds things up a bit in terms of when it comes to manifestation and magic. So you put a little bit in there. I want to counteract that speed because I don't want it to come fast and then burn quick, you know, because I want that passion and I want that spiciness for myself and for how I view myself and what I want to attract in my life, but I want it to last. It's almost like I want it to be a deep burning heat, sort of like the bonfire that has been burning for a while, and the heat has seeped into the coals, and the coals white, and the heat is in there. It's really hot. So I mix thyme because of that. Thyme symbolically is time, you know, so it slows things down. So I want it to be slow but passionate and deep spiciness for myself, within myself, and for the world around me. So I apply that all over my head. I would recommend leaving that in your hair for about half an hour. You could put a plastic bag, but in my case, our hairnet, but I didn't. I used an art brush because I don't know where my hair dye brushes went. So as long as you get it on your head, that's fine. I put it over the sink. I applied everything over the sink. Then after half an hour, I rinsed it out with warm water to slightly hot water, not too hot, just very warm water. You don't have to shampoo anything out unless you feel it's too heavy, but for me, I kept it on as a mask. You have a little glimpse here. It's not perfect. It's still a little bit of frizzy end because my hair still needs continual loving care, but it definitely did soften and condition my hair. I was so exhausted afterwards, and I realized it's because I was manifesting. I was focusing my energy. Oh, I forgot to mention that when you're applying this, when you're making this potion, this magic oil mask, the process from when you're making it, mixing it together, pouring it, and applying it into your hair, you have to keep your intentions and your focus purely on that intention. Don't think of negative things. Don't think of revenge. Don't think of people who made you bitter. Listen to good music. Think about the emotions you want to aspire to feel. Think about the way you wish to feel about yourself, the way you wish to feel about the world. Think about the type of person you want to become. Think about the type of love you want to embrace for yourself. And as you're thinking all of this, that's when you're applying it to your hair. That's when you're mixing the concoction together, and you're taking your time as long as you need to do this, and make sure you're doing it when no one's bothering you, so your vibe is uninterrupted. I hope you enjoyed that little hair mask mini tutorial. If you like that, I will definitely make more videos like this in the future, maybe include it in my Get Ready With Me videos. Thank you everyone for being in my life for the past 2021, and for all the follows, comments, supports, and personal messages, and even ordering tarot reading services from me and purchasing from my clothing store. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and for your continual love and support. I can't wait to see you all in the new year, 2022, and I'll come back with more content. We will continue to grow together. I love you so much. Have a great new year, and I'll see you in 2022. Bye.